exactly where are you in terms of what you want to get done with this group?
Well, you know, our thing is just our attention to detail in our transition defense, understanding who we're guarding, understanding matchups, understanding communication, all the things we can control in those situations. And again, you do it one night in Miami, do it in an excellent way, in a good fashion, and the next night we act like we hadn't talked about it before. So getting on the same page from that standpoint, communicating, getting back on the raise, are all things we can control, and that's what we got to do if we're serious about winning.
That
JB cleared to practice?
Yes, he's cleared to practice. I don't know. I have no clue.
I
don't know. I have no clue. All I know is he's cleared to practice.
You think it'll take him a while to get back?
I don't know. I have to see how it goes. I wish I could tell the future. I don't know.
I mean, when he's back, do you think it'll take a long time to get the feel back? I know he's been doing lots of cardio, but
I don't know. Again, I don't know. Right, ask him, because I have no clue how long it's going to take. I'm not trying to be a smart aleck, but I just don't know if it's a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is. So
was he in practice today?
Yes, he's in practice today. He's been cleared to practice, so he's practiced.
Going back to the last game, did you feel that was somewhat of an uncharacteristic performance for your team? Because we as fans kind of get used to, things galvanizing in the third and fourth, but it seems like they never found that rhythm.
No, we never did, and it's alarming that we're playing the way we are at home. We have the greatest fan base that there is in the NBA, and to come out and perform that way is just totally unacceptable and uncharacteristic of our players. I mean, we go out like gangbusters on the road. I mean, especially in a game like Miami, a hostile environment, a hot gym, and perform together. And we come home and, the things we can control, we don't do. Transition defense, the boxing out, our pick and roll defensive schemes, all the things that we normally do a good job in, we, for whatever reason, are not locked in. And that's what we addressed today. And if we're serious about being a top-tier team, we have to come out and do it not only against the so-called good teams, but against every time you walk on the floor.
How much credence do you give to the simple fact that some guys, with injuries, are asked to be played a bit more and maybe playing a bit out of their zone?
Well, we're 2 starters down, and then last night, unfortunately, we were 3 starters down. So that has some, but again, that's why we have a 13-man roster. Everybody has to be prepared to step in and do their job. Everybody's clamoring for playing time, and then when you go in, you got to go in and do your job. So there's no excuses. We've been playing with 2 starters down for a while now, and so being down 2 starters is not an excuse. It's you can use that as an excuse if you want to, but for guys to go out and not do the things we've normally done is unacceptable.
How much will JB's eventual return help in that regard?
It'll help because now it puts Bismack back in his normal position of coming off the bench. He doesn't have to play big minutes. Lucas is still not 100% with his ankle, so it puts everybody kind of back in their role and buys some time. Damari puts Corey back kind of in a role where he doesn't have to play huge minutes. So all those things help. But again, right now we've got to do our job, whether it's big minutes or small minutes, everybody has to come in and do their job.
We've seen more minutes for James Johnson. You talk about guys stepping up and taking opportunity. What have you seen or liked or maybe even think he has to work on in the minutes you have seen him play?
James has done a good job. He had some unfortunate turnovers last night after making a big-time steal, a big rebound. Those things happen. I thought he really stepped up in the Miami game and played huge minutes, played excellent defense against Dwane Wade. So he's done his job from that standpoint. Again, getting Damari back kind of puts him back in his role of coming off the bench and not having to play huge minutes. But again, he's done an excellent job of coming in and fulfilling his role.
Any of your previous stops have you gone through this with a team where they've kind of been hit and miss like this? Just
at home, yeah, we struggle like that in Dallas, a little bit at home. For whatever reason, we got comfortable at home. Again, if somebody has an answer for it, I wish they knew it, because we've preached it, we've talked about it, we've changed up routines, everything. So again, our road schedule, we played the most road games, I think, in the league. We've performed better on the road, but again, we've got to take care of home, and that's our mindset now. We don't want to lose our road edge, but we got to get that same edge, that same mentality, that chip on our shoulder at home, at us against the world at home, to be a top-tier team. If not, and again, I'm not here to be a mediocre team, and we're not here to be a mediocre team. But if we don't perform better at home, that's what we're setting ourselves up to be.
Is it a frustrating thing for a coaching staff when there isn't an obvious thing that kind of stands out there? It's not like there's one guy who isn't giving it to you. It's sort of kind of hit or miss, like Chris was saying, night in and night out.
Well, it's all of us. It's things I'm concerned about, things we can control. Transition defense, matching up in transition, talking, communicating. We were fronting the post last night, nobody saying a word. There's communications we got to have so everybody will know. So talking is something we can control. All those focus things and things you can't control, we can do better. There's going to be nights that you don't have your jump shot, but the things we can control are the things that are, and especially more often here at home than not, and that's what we got to change.
Coach, a lot of people kind of wrote off Darren Williams, Ray Felton, but they've kind of found something there in Dallas. Your impression of what they've been able to create out there?
Well, Darren Williams going home, I think has helped him tremendously. He's playing like the old Darren Williams. Raymond Felton has found a home, playing like the old Raymond Felton. They're back. They found the fountain of youth and playing spry. So those guys coming in playing fast, a lot like Sacramento did to us early last night, is something we better be geared up to do at the start of the game, because they're going to come in and try to run us out of our own gym. And we got to be mentally prepared for that type of speed and quickness from Felton and also Darren Williams.
Every year they change the whole roster and they're in the mix every year.
Well, still they have one star. They've got a Hall of Fame player that still has a fountain of youth that you can build around, and that's what he's done a masterful job of building around Dirk. Putting the right pieces around Dirk, the right guys with the right mentality around Dirk. Guys, that maybe another man's, junk is another man's treasure around him, and somehow, some way, they've always found a way to play around him, and they all fit with him, and not like San Antonio did with Duncan and Robinson a long time ago, but they've done a good job of building around him, or bringing guys in to fit him, and all of them have one characteristic: they all can shoot. So that's something that they've done a good job and have done for a while now.
A little bit of a Christmas break coming up. Sometimes guys tend to lose focus over this week here. Have you had to have that conversation?
We've had that conversation of not getting caught up in Christmas shopping and doing the honeydew things that we all normally do at this time of year. It's why a lot of times it's much better to be on the road at Christmas time. But again, the schedule's what it is. We have to be professional. We have to come out and do our job and keep our mind on our business for another night at least. As far as until Christmas, you start doing your Christmas shopping. But again, all those things are focus things, issues we had before Christmas holiday. So, it's a professional approach that we've got to find the answer for.